Fashion Guide, the most fashionable jewelry. Flowers, crowns, and pearls. An anniversary gala of the Italian fashion house Armani. Everyone wants to congratulate the couturier. China through the looking glass, an exhibition of the Institute of Costume in the Metropolitan Museum. Silver heads as a new beauty trend, and a love story from Valentino. From minimalism to chic, fashion trends in accessories as well as in clothes are abundant in styles. It seems everyone wears everything now. Ultra-modern 3D jewelry and vintage pearl beads, huge necklaces, and exquisite pendants. Fashion Guide invites you to take a tour of several not yet famous, though very interesting trends. Flower motifs are very popular for a number of seasons in a row. Colorful fabric flowers in gold and silver are favored by the public. The more real they seem, the better. A Russian fashion designer, Yekaterina Britan, is just perfect at that, with actual flowers and leaves used as the jewelry piece's core. This is an absolutely unique technique that I used. Real plants, flowers, and berries are coated in a thin layer of copper. The structure of a flower or leaf is being preserved in all detail. Then it is covered by the purest gold out there, and finally, lacquered. Gold plating the copper base is not a very sophisticated technology, while coating a green plant with copper is a trade secret. The designer believes that nature creates forms, which are a work of genius and cannot be replicated. That's why every single piece of this jewelry is unique. This is a diadem. It's the most complicated piece to introduce. This is 2 olive tree branches joined, and just look at the berries. This is olives. Splendid and elegant. This is what can be said of pearl jewelry, a timeless classic which never ages but is modernized. Modern pearl bracelets, rings acquire new forms. This bracelet is worn like this. All these rings are phalanx rings. Modest semi-precious stones and small flat metal figurines contrast the lush flowers and mother-of-pearl glow. Minimalism is another trendy style for many seasons in a row. Such jewelry is not worn for just the sake of showing off and is an ideal choice for young people who prefer free clothing styles. By the way of a Kazakh brand, which makes these pieces, is called Yunost, which means youth. This is our first collection, 2D. This is where we started. It's our dream from youth and childhood come true. That's why we see Pac-Man, hearts, puzzles, and infinity signs. This is what you wanted to wear when you were kids. This is what is trendy now. Still, a hint of luxury is obvious even in those minimalist pieces. The trendiest ring's shape, says the designer, is crowns. Our crowns originated from wedding rings. Today it's cool to order crown rings. So we have a cheaper option for those who can't afford or doesn't see the need in golden rings. We make rings of silver. These are just some examples of trendy jewelry. In fact, there's a lot more fashion options, and a number of striking images that may be created with this jewelry is endless. Armani fashion empire reached the age of 40. Italian designer Giorgio Armani celebrates his career anniversary by opening a museum of his fashion house in Milan and dining with hundreds of the world's celebrities. Giorgio Armani had his first collection of his own name in 1974 and founded his company in 1975. There have been many moments from the beginning until today. Different moments, some very strong, some more normal, routine. It's all a part of the system. Maybe my most emotional moments was when I saw my cover on Time. Hundreds of celebrities arrived with birthday wishes. Sophia Loren, Glenn Close, Kate Blanchett, and such Hollywood dandies as Leonardo DiCaprio and Pierce Brosnan.
It means beauty, grace, it means dignity of style and elegance. It means a mighty man who has worked so hard all his life to bring all of these elements to the world and to men and women around the world.
The biggest ever. It's unbelievable. I'm very happy to be here. I'm actually excited to be here It's so many people showed up, and it goes to show you how great he is, and the people that has worn his clothes over the years. Like I've worn them for 30 years, so he's been in business for 40 years. So it's a really big celebration.
This year, Giorgio Armani is a fashion ambassador at the World Expo 2015, currently held in Milan. East meets West at an exhibition in China, Through the Looking Glass at the Metropolitan Museum in the New York City. In our recent programs, we have told you about the Institute of Costume Ball held in honor of the exhibition. Now is the time to tell you more about the exhibition itself. It covers history of Chinese design from the imperial days to modern times and shows its relations with European fashion.
I think that the size of the show is quite sort of proportionate to the concept. It really looks at the history of the influence of Chinese aesthetics on Western fashion, which dates back to the Roman Empire. Our story starts in the mid-18th century, so a little bit later. But I think what I think hopefully people will be surprised about is just the length of time, the length of the period of time that China was inspired by the West.
The exhibition organizers believe that Western fashion leaders often were inspired by all things Chinese. One of the exhibition halls is devoted to Yves Saint Laurent, Fall-Winter 1977 collection inspired by Asian fur parkas and coats. Oriental Garden is filled with mannequins in John Galliano and Maison Dior dresses inspired by Chinese culture. It took over 2 years to gather the collection, which occupies 30,000 square feet of galleries on 2 floors.
It doesn't just cover costume, it covers decorative arts like lacquer, porcelain, jade, bronzes. So the impact has been enormous on Western fashion.
Exhibition China, Through the Looking Glass, is a treasure trove of Chinese culture. The gallery labyrinths also feature calligraphy, porcelain, and unbelievably beautiful dresses. An unusual beauty trend from the US, granny hair. For example, gray hair is a new fashion wave now. A growing number of young girls want to dye their hair in a stylish shade of silver.
I love the gray. I'm like, ever since I first seen it like in a magazine, I was fascinated with it. It's like, I don't know, it's like something that comes out like a spark. Every time I see it, like a little baby.
Spotted on celebrities such as Lady Gaga, Pink, Rihanna, Nicole Richie, and Kelly Osbourne. The gray, white, or lavender trend has been embraced by women worldwide.
Granny hair is basically silver hair, any tone of gray in your hair, steel gray, silvery gray.
While fair hair is an easy basis for granny hair, the hairstylist has to work quite a bit on dark brown hair for our respondent. For Jackie, it took 7 hours to complete the look.
I love it. It's just like something like, you know, you walk down the street, you're like, wow, amazing.
Granny hair does not come cheap, costing from $200 to $700 in beauty parlors of New York City. A new story about Secret Garden from Dior. The fashion house made the 4th mini-film in a series about Secret Garden shot in Versailles Palace, with singer Rihanna as the main character. The video and the girl are stunningly beautiful. The short film shows Versailles by night, magical, mysterious, and magnificent. The video was shot by a well-known photographer, Stephen Klein. Rihanna's Only If for a Night from her upcoming 8th album was used as the film's soundtrack. A story of love and natural passion from Valentino. The brand released a capsule collection, L'Amour, with virtually all pieces adorned with hearts. Girly X-cut dresses, white shirts, sandals, and ankle shoes made of red leather. Handbags with heart-shaped clasps. Valentino's art director, Maria Grazia Curi, and Pier Paolo Picciulli designed the capsule together with an Italian artist, Giuseppe Fioroni. The dresses were featured in Valentino's pre-fall collection. That's all for tonight. Don't miss the most interesting news from the fashion world. Stay with us at Fashion Guide on Kazakh TV channel.